Just seen that as well. Already this could be thrown wide open. Right, I'm assuming the stream is now working, so hello again everyone, welcome to New Horizons Racing League Division 1 Season 7, Round 2 of the Championship, back in Bahrain, back at the Sakir International Circuit, alongside me gaming things. Historically, Bahrain has been a fantastic track for racing for this league, but how do you think we're going to fare today?
Yeah, you're all right. This track has been known to be quite kind on us. In the past, I remember at one time where someone hit the side of someone after a very known corner. We all hate at this track, and he went airborne. And I think we're going to do very good here because we get the numbers going.
18 people. Is someone else joined, or am I missing something?
We did have 17, but I saw that when I left to do what I needed to do. I saw that Matip joined.
Oh, Matteo? Was it?
Yeah, Matteo.
Yeah, sorry, I thought he was already here. You should have been here anyway. I'm not noticing anyone who we were missing. Who else is... I'm going to run board one of the McLarens. They're both invalid for starters. Aston's, anyone on lap? Yeah, run board a roll. The almighty German coming back, he's just rounding the final corner.
Anyway, and already this is potentially a wide open race because someone has crashed. Well, two people are not in this qualifying session because something's going to kick him right the hell off because both Lee and Cameron are not. I think they've crashed.
I believe Lee may have actually retired in the pit lane. I saw Cameron crash on track. I don't know if that was intentional or not. What I do fear is intentional is his teammate Andari down in P13. Not many people setting times. I don't know if it's because they're that confident that they really want a challenge. I think they're going to find the midfield. They're not exactly going to budge.
True, our drivers are not pushovers.
Yeah, put it this way, you got Bradley Ellis in P8. That's just showing what they've got to deal with. No, you'd shout to Bradley. He does try his hardest. I'm on board with Matteo as he's heading to the dreaded corner. Steve back in very tentatively and
invalid.
Yeah, easily done, to be honest, especially if any of the guys coming in without any practice will find that corner particularly difficult if they're not used to the back end and how it behaves.
One thing I will point out though is when my thing actually decides to not annoy me.
You have issues at all?
Oh, I have issues.
Yeah, we've seen a blue card in it. I know we've been on this game for a while, but I can, in the heat of the moment, I still can't distinguish between a Red Bull or Williams and an Alpine.
No, I think what you saw just then, that dreaded corner we all hate, that was just someone getting out of the way of someone else.
Trying to see. I don't know if anyone's actually on lap. I'm just going to run board with Roger Goris as he's... I imagine he's just going to box, 13 seconds down, he'll be in the pits at the end of this. Oh, who's this coming out? That should be Reese in the Alfa Romeo.
Looks like it. We have a problem.
Yep.
Oh, that's a Red Bull.
Probably... No, both Red Bulls are still running. Luckily for Fred, if he's had an issue, that will still be on his outlet. Yeah, in the real world of Formula 1, quite a big news happening in the last week or so. Sochi...
If you're going to talk about something, I'd prefer not to hear about it.
Not particularly wanting to mention what's going on down in Ukraine, but in terms of the sport, losing Russia is a hit for the Russian sporting market, but people can argue like Sochi is a bit of a woeful track for racing. Personally, I'm going to miss it, and I was looking forward to Igora Drive, but it opens up a chance for another track to come back full time. By the looks of it, the leading track seems to be Turkey. I've not had any confirmation of that. There's people asking for Germany to come back, but they've already said they're not willing to put money into Formula One if the Arabic countries are going to be chucking in hundreds of millions to host a race, and they can barely get the money together to host a race at Hockenheim. Another track that I know could do it, and I really hope they go, is Portimao. There's even small rumours of Malaysia being brought back.
Malaysia? Oh, that was an interesting track.
I think that's just because it can host a race. There's a reason Formula One left there, and it's in terms of time, it's not been that long since they left.
True. I mean, to be fair, what happened in Malaysia sometimes, from when I watched the races before, it was the reason why it never really turned out so good is for some reason they kept deciding to do Malaysia during the blooming typhoon season.
Yeah, and it's one of the things after Jules Bianchi's accident back in Suzuka that they changed the start time because they noticed it was raining a lot more particular times of the day, so they brought it an hour earlier, which meant that we had to watch the race at 4 in the morning. But it did help them, but for some reason the market at the time, I don't know whether it was F1's branding, they were barely getting 50% capacity for what that circuit could hold for attendance, so financially it wasn't worth holding it anymore. And even then they reached 70% capacity for the final race, and they had discounted tickets, so they're just not enough of a market down there in Malaysia. I'm pretty sure if that track was in Europe, it would be there. I don't know, we'd probably have the Grand Prix of Sicily or something if they ever had the space for a circuit.
Good point. There are some good tracks to go to, and to be fair, it's bad that we're not going to Russia, because I know that next year we were going to get a new track.
You mean next year or this year?
Next year.
Which one is it for next year? I'm not aware of any changes.
No, we were going to. We weren't going to. I don't think we were going to race in Sochi as of next year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I say Goro Drive though. That track still exists, but I don't know what kind of racing is going to be going on down there. We'll have to see how Russia come out of this.
But to be fair, I really don't think that'll be a permanent thing. F1 not racing in Russia.
As long as they sort the stuff out, I think they will go back. But you think under the Putin regime, probably not. I want to stem away from politics because, whatever's been in the news lately, it's overshadowing a bit of insightful news I've seen from Formula One related things. There are going to be changes made to the Jeddah circuit, which I'm a bit optimistic about.
Thank God!
Because some of the real life drivers, they've been complaining about lack of visibility. If anyone wants to get a track map up as I'm saying this, the corners, in terms of the track limits, they are staying the same, but they're moving some of the barriers back by 1.5 to 2 metres. Those corners are turns 2, 3, 14, 21 and 27. But turn 27, the final corner, that is also going to have its track limit extended a bit further back, because one thing I've noticed in the game, you can overtake around the outside of there, but all the person on the inside has to do is run them out of road, and then they've got to back out of the move. So a little bit of wiggle room. You're going to start seeing some moves be made around the outside of that corner, which I think is going to be very interesting to watch.
I think Antics is about to jump a few positions.
Yeah, I've just seen him roll slightly improve. He's doing really well in P3. I'm bored with Antics now.
He will go 5th.
Not too bad. He had a pole position in Division 2 last night down there in Australia. So nice. I think the Australian practice from Div 1 last week has really paid off for him. That's not Bradley. Who's that other Aston Bomber who's coming to the pits? Callum is on an outlap. Anyone actually on a lap that we've not seen already? Or are they all on outlaps?
A lot of people on outlaps. I think... Is Roll on a lap, or...?
No, he's just finished a lap.
No, it's everyone else on outlaps then.
Rod and Callum Davey then, currently P10. if he can find this extra few tenths, he could really shoot up more toward the midfield. I think it's Callum. I know he's got the pace, but he just needs to keep a little bit more of a cool head in quite intense race situations, which, looking at down there from P12 to P17, they're going to really give the midfield a hard time.
I mean, and to be fair, we're going to expect some people coming through. I mean, we got the likes of Jamie Lee and Cameron are going to come through the field, so...
Yeah, I just hope some of the guys, particularly in the top 5, not to get too comfortable, because their competition is probably going to come about 15 laps later than it would normally be. I hope that if some of the guys, like particularly the Mercedes, if they have retired on purpose, I hope they're not going to get complacent, because I said that no one in this league is an amateur anymore. They've all got a fair amount of experience between them.
Yeah, I'm following the Alpine in Sector 1. He improves, but I don't think that's enough to go into that pole position yet.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Callum. He's about to round the final corner.
Oh, can we just talk about the fact that Bomber's in provisional pole position?
Yeah, he's done amazing, 26.3. I'm pretty sure some of the guys who hadn't retired, they could probably smash that even further.
Oh yeah, they would have smashed that.
Yeah, these are the guys I've been seeing set like 25 5s around here, something ridiculous.
Jesus.
But if they want a hard time, they're definitely going to get one, and it gives us something to watch. I just hope the likes of Leroy, they are aware of the pit wall down the straight, and I will bring that up every time because it shouldn't have happened back in season 3. What happened?
Wait,
anyone who wants to know?
Remind me.
Oh, he drove straight into the pit wall in a straight line, fully under control. Took himself out of the race.
Oh no, I remember that.
I can't remember why he said he did. Well, what I do remember is that something that he couldn't see the pit wall. It just appeared out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, I should have been keeping an eye on that Mercedes. The Alpine, because Dan has just gone into pole with 26.1.
Yeah, I was watching that, to be honest.
I really hope... I'm going to keep an eye on board with third, though, because if he gets a half-decent lap, he's going to shoot himself right up into the midfield for the start of the race. But he's down in P13 because he's not been able to get a lap in yet.
True, and third is no fault himself.
Right, let's have a look at Bahrain. That infamous corner they all hate is turn 12. I keep thinking it's turn 13, but I'm counting more kinks as corners. Save it. Go on. Good lad.
We're going to see a lot of people lose it in the race.
I hope not. I know they will, but I hope people can keep control.
And I try and call it a day in the pits. Yeah, third has actually gone a lap. I know I haven't.
There's P11. I was expecting a little bit better. Who else is on the lap? I want to see.
Oh, right. Did I just see the Red Bulls swap positions?
And oh, sorry, you meant in the standings.
Yeah.
Who's on board with Reese? Still finding time.
Roll hasn't made it around to start lapping time. Wait, yes he has. Oh, okay, so I think our timer, Connor, is ahead of what the actual timer is. DJ scored a day in 8th. No, he's crashed actually.
Oh, DXS. I see, man.
19! So, now that we've had all the liveries revealed, what do you think for the livery?
Best livery. I know everyone's up the Aston's arse at the minute, but
To be fair, it's a good-looking car.
to be fair, I still can't believe how nice the Ferrari looks on track.
Oh.
In the images, it doesn't like I said it. I think I said it last week. It just looks a bit too red, a bit too dark, like Alfa Romeo given a lawsuit type of thing. But it is nice, and the little black accent they've done on the airbox, it just looks fantastic. Like, the more I think about it, the team that's really let me down the most with the livery has been McLaren. If there was any team that would do a you could have a play around with the livery, try to see what works and what doesn't, it would be McLaren. It's not that it's bad. I'm glad they've done something different, but my god, it's not amazing.
And there's a lot less orange than I was expecting.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm trying to sort the XS out.
Alright, can we just talk about how the Alfa Romeos and livery kind of reminds me of an ice cream?
I guess. No, I'm glad that DXS is no, not DXS. Alfa Romeo have done something different with the livery.
I just can't believe the obviously every car has the name of the team on them. I just can't believe the font they chose. Anyway, there's your grid. Wait, have we ever had a Spanish person on pole before?
The closest we've had is DXS, but he's Portuguese. Not an outright Spanish person, but yeah. Let me just check the race director quickly. A lot of invalid laps. I think it's going to be quite penalty heavy. Look at the margin though. It's not been a cakewalk, but you top three for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Danis Mola P1 for Alpine, Bomber P2 for AlphaTauri, and Nhrl reserving today with Aston Martin P3. Not a single Englishman in the top three.
That's new, isn't it? Are we having the same problem again, or?
I think we're just going to have to wait for the guys to actually respond to whatever's on the screen. Let me just do the have a look at it fully. At least if we do have to restart lobby, DXS can get his seat back. I don't know why Jamie is in the Williams. He really shouldn't be. He knows that. He's got access to the driver roster. I even told him what seats were available, but no, he's just trying to be difficult.
Question, you did tell him to go on Haas, didn't you?
Well, he went in the Haas. He was aware of the seats that were available. There's but everyone's ready. Yeah, just set, guys.
We had a similar situation last week in Australia, didn't we?
Yeah, I think the only time in the last month I've not had to deal with this was Div 2 yesterday.
Mm. I just realised something.
Go for it.
I'm not aware that we had if you look at the top 10, there's many different nationalities, isn't there?
Yeah, the more the better.
I hate how the hell do we have someone from Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, one sec. I was trying to go through the driver lineup, make sure everyone's actually in the right seats, but not in the formation. Yeah, one sec. If this actually doesn't improve, we are going to restart.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. But make sure you take a picture of this so you can actually set it up.
I might keep the stream going and just go off here. That's great. Everyone, we are going to restart. This is taking too long.
You don't want to tell them that on Discord.
Yep. Right, it's got that issue again, but I can't even back out. So everyone, we will be back. I have to close the application, but drivers, anyone who's watching, all eyes in Discord, and just keep an eye out for when the invites are sent out. Be right back.